Push Zwane from here. Maybe just to open on your squad. I think looking at the composition of the team, you went more with the pool. You've always spoken about the pool that you have. You went more with the pool rather than form for this one.
You know, first of all, it was not so easy to make a selection now because there are few players who are not there because of injuries and disagreements with the clubs. But at the other side, you know, we have a pool of players, of young players, and when the opportunity is there, I think you have to give them the chance. I think the opportunity was now here because of those players who are not there. You see players like 𝐜𝐵𝐸𝐬, you see players like Shabalala, who were players who were on our lists before, but the progression they make. And then I think you have to give them the chance. And that's why those players are with us now. I know there are two important games, but if I shouldn't have the confidence in them, I shouldn't never selected them. So again, if that can succeed, then I think what I said already before, the future of Bafana Bafana looks very bright, and let's hope that it succeeds in the two games we have now in next week.
Coach, when you're a national team coach and there's a situation around the player who's key to you, like Mudau, what do you do? I mean, he's very important. He's been very important in your. What do you do in such a scenario as a national team coach?
First of all, take contact with the club and see what really the situation is, and then asking the club if I can help, that I should help to solve the problem. So I got the agreement of the coach of Sundowns that I could have a meeting with 𝐭𝐸𝐬. So I had a meeting with 𝐭𝐸𝐬, and I told him that he was right in some things, but that he was not right in other things. Like, for example, not going to training. You don't solve a problem with not going to training, even there is a disagreement between you and the club. This is an obligation of a player. If you don't play, there's something else. You can tell, okay, I don't play till the problem is solved. But you have to go to training. So I think 𝐭𝐸𝐬 is training now again. And I really hope that as soon as possible that problem is solved. Because 𝐭𝐸𝐬 is the best right back of this country and one of the best right backs in Africa. So you can't how can I say it? It's difficult for me that I can't have him in my team. So therefore, again, I think it's a duty for a Bafana Bafana coach also to help to solve a problem like that.
Coach, how much communication did you have with the under-20 national team coach in terms of your selection? Because there's some players who's eligible for the under-20.
Yeah, I know.
Like Chandra and Mbokazi, for example.
Yeah, I know. We had a meeting with the coach of -20. So I know we like to have Mbokazi. I know we like to have Chandra. I know he like to have others. But okay, we have a good meeting on that, and he understands also, even it's a World Cup for -20, that, for example, now I can't give Mbokazi to do the camp with the -20. After that, it's the club who will decide. And yeah, that is not a good situation. I know that. And I had already contact with Hugo Broos for Chandra. So in first instance, they don't want to release him for the World Cup. But it's not definite. So I think there is still a chance that he will go. He will be there for the camp. And I'm rather optimistic that maybe we can arrange it that he will go to the World Cup too. But yeah, this is luxury, eh? When you have a -20 team is going to the World Cup, and in that team you have players who can be selected for Bafana Bafana. So you can only be happy about that.
So what are you saying, Coach Mbokazi can still go to the World Cup?
Who?
Mbokazi.
I don't think he will go to the World Cup, and I think I understand the club. And Mbokazi is in another position than Chandre. Chandre is sometimes on the bank, sometimes he can come in. He make a fantastic goal 2 weeks ago, winning goal. He came in 10 minutes and then he scored. But that's the position of Chandre in Bruges. You can't compare it with the position of Mbokazi in Pirates. Mbokazi is a standard player now from Pirates. You can't put Mbokazi out of the team because he's too good. So and I understand that the coach and the club don't want him to release for World Cup. He's maybe 2 or 3 weeks away in October. I don't know, but maybe Champions League games are starting, competition. How can you as club release a player like that? It's impossible. So you have to accept that. But it's a pity. Also for the player, when will he play a World Cup again? Let's hope next year. But a World Cup playing for a player, yeah, it's unique. I played 1 World Cup, and I was 17 years professional player. So, yeah, when it's there, you want to go. But I fully understand if Pirates tells no, you don't go, you have to stay with us.
Coach, what do you make of the situation of Basadien? I mean, I know you've touched on, but you now have a situation where your first and second choice left backs are in one team,
Yeah.
which means one is likely to play, and now one is also being moved to right back, and is not even part of the team because of not being consistent. How does that affect?
You know, for us, and this is for every player, and you see that also, for example, 𝐭𝐤𝐬 in Pirates. When you change club, first of all, you need to adapt on the club. There are different rules, there are different way of playing, so everything is different than the club where you came from. And I think that's a little problem now with Fawaz. So he came and then he didn't play so well and he was out of the team. So yesterday they took him out again after a little bit after half time. I think it's also a question for him now from confidence. When I see Fawaz playing now and I saw him playing last year, it's a difference. And then you have to decide as a coach not to take him and take a guy who plays always, like for example Kabini. He plays all the games with Molde, so you know that this one is ready. And so it's a difficult choice because Fawaz was always with us. But yeah, it is what it is. And as a coach, you have to take the decision there. And imagine that Fawaz is with us and he's playing and well. Yeah, then maybe you will say, yeah, why not Kabini? And you're right, because this one is playing. So yeah, those things can happen, and I hope that Fawaz is fighting now to win back his position in the team.
Coach, just speaking about left back, I wanted to ask about Giflings. He's doing well.
Who?
Giflings. Links?
Yeah, Link,
yes. He scored 2 goals, 2 assists in the last few games, but he wasn't even in your preliminary squad. He's only been selected by you once. I think it was your first game. How come he's not in your...
First of all, if you see what he did between, he was first time with us and now it was not so much. So and now, okay, he's playing good. So we will see in the future. But it's not because he plays now suddenly good and the previous 2-3 years he didn't perform that we have to take him immediately back. So we will see.
Coach, I see he's in the squad, Nkota, but I just want to check, what did you make of his move to...
Yeah, I followed a little bit because he's playing in the team where Kopano is. So the physical coach. So we have a good information about that. So he played nearly all the friendly games. I saw a game of him, and I was surprised that I could see that game. It was a preliminary game against an Italian team, and I don't know which team anymore. And he played good. And I hear that everything goes well with him there, so yeah, why not taking him? And we will see, and let's hope for him that he can go on the same level that he had here from in Pirates. You know, I'm not so favorite with when younger players are going to such teams. But okay, it's a choice he made, and let's hope for him that everything goes on like it goes on like now.
Coach, I see that you've got Mofokeng.
Yeah.
In the team, he didn't play midweek, so we've got full information that he will be fine by the time you start the camp. And also, I remember, I think last year we were here asking you about players playing in America.
Yeah.
And you gave your reasons why it's not easy for you to play because of the traveling and the same schedule. Yeah. I'm sure you might have been worried at some stage when you saw that Mofokeng could be moving there.
You know, you know, I'm always worried here when I see that there is interest for a player. And when I see that, sometimes the teams, and I'm thinking, why is he going there? But yeah, I can do anything about that. So let's hope if Relay should leave Pirates that he make the right choice, like I said. And I think now for the moment, it's all it's a little bit too much for him. All those interests from teams, and he's going there, and he's not going, and you see that is in his performances. He's not playing anymore on the same level that he played before. But okay, I can't do now, or I cannot do what I maybe have to do and say, okay, really is less now, and I keep him out. That should kill him. And I won't do that. But really has to know also, even his Mofokeng, that in the next weeks and months, it has to be better again. But he has excuses. And I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Even they tell me that he says, no. You can't that get out of your head. And it's not 1-2 weeks, it's already 2-3 months. And you know, as a player, you say, am I going, am I not going? Then I go, then suddenly it's not good. So let's hope that also that problem is solved as soon as possible, and that really knows that he has to stay again 1 year in Pirates, or that he get a transfer.
What is it that you'd like to get out of these two qualifiers, and what motivation does it do that the team can secure qualifications in these two games?
For the team, the motivation.
What is it that you want to get out?
You know,
the target. And
you know, when you can go to the World Cup, is there a better motivation than that? Maybe if we go to the World Cup, it will be the first and maybe the last time for all those players. Qualifying for World Cup is extremely, extremely difficult. Certainly here in Africa. Certainly here in Africa. You have to fight for every game. And what I said, don't think that maybe, because, okay, we won also 5-0 against Congo and nobody thought that it should be such a result. But don't think that it will be an easy game next Friday against Lesotho. And in the ranking, who is Lesotho? So every game you have to play. So, and it's difficult, and then you are qualified maybe for World Cup, but then we have to wait 4 years again. And if you're not qualified, it's already 8 years, but you're getting older also every time. So for players being qualified for the World Cup, yeah, I think there is no better motivation, because again, for those players, if we go, it can be the first, but it can also be the last one. So motivation enough, I think.
Coach, perhaps can you share your thoughts on how frustrating is it to have a player like Themba Zwane play at the Club World Cup, play well, and come back and start the season, and then he's injured, and you don't know when you're going to have
you know, this is not a surprise for me. Eh? If you have that age and you have that, if you had that injury, I was afraid that it was the end of the career of Themba. This was not a little muscle injury, no. It was his Achilles. He worked very hard. He worked very hard. And I think now he's paying a little bit the bill. Because Themba before was never injured. And it's a little bit normal what happens with him. So I think he's fully recovered. But I think in the future that Sundowns has to be careful with him. I think at that age and after such an injury, you can't ask a player to play every game again, certainly taking in account his age. So I think they have to be careful with him in the future, because otherwise I'm afraid that Themba will go from one injury to another. And I count on him. I hope that he will be good and that we can count on him in the next months for AFCON and even for the World Cup.
Coach, just your thoughts on Mbokazi. I know you touched on him a bit. Just Mbokazi, you said you have never seen anything like this from a kid.
Yeah.
What has impressed you about him?
Yeah, what impressed me, you know, it's like he played already 5 years in that team. And he's confident, he's strong. Yes, he's a very good defender. Even against good players. I saw the game against Sundowns. There was a few moments. There was an action in the 16 with Reiners. Now Reiners is not a nice guy either, but he pushed him aside. So that means that he has the power also. And you know, with younger players, you always see. In the first games he played, they are a little bit unsure, and that was something what I wanted to see in June when he played with us. He played very good with Pirates, but yeah, okay, Bafana Bafana is something else. I didn't saw anything of not being sure or not being confident or being nervous, or he just played the game, and this is something special for a young player of 19 years old, that in 6 months he became a standard player in the team like Pirates, and everybody agreed when you say this is a very good player. There is nobody who says, no. Everybody knows that he's a good player.
Coach, are you concerned that the under-20s are not playing an official games before?
I'm sorry, I didn't listen.
Are you concerned that the under-20s are not playing any official games before the World Cup? Obviously, they only start in camp next week. But are you concerned that they're not playing because the other teams going to the World Cup are playing high-profile friendlies?
Yeah, it should have been better if there should have been a few games, but yeah, it was not possible. So no games. Yeah, but it's always better that you can play a game for the coach, but he will do it without games. He did it for AFCON, and he's a good coach. So I don't tell or I don't say that he will win the World Cup, but I'm sure that this team will perform there. I'm sure of it.
Coach, just your thoughts on Nigeria, just the football stuff. Your thoughts on Nigeria.
The coach?
The quality that they bring
to
South Africa?
I think everybody knows what Nigeria is. Nigeria is power, is quality, is individuals, Lokman, Osimhen, tough team. At the other side, till now they didn't really perform what we expect from them. Otherwise they shouldn't be that so many points behind us. I expected that for this game that we should be very much closer to each other, 1 or 2 points, 3 points difference, and maybe they in front of us or we in front of us. So it's an unexpected position, an unexpected situation that Nigeria is only fourth. with that amount of points behind us. But that doesn't mean that it's finished. But at the other side, that does mean also they don't like to play against us, that I know, because we became a better team. So it's up to us to take advantage of that and not starting doubting and starting be afraid of Nigeria suddenly. Why? I don't see any reason. If we go for it and we play on our best level, we can win against Nigeria. We can lose also. That is a game you never know. But we don't have to start doubting and being afraid of Nigeria. There is no reason to for the moment.
Coach, a player like Maseko, you once believed in him, gave him an opportunity to play for Bafana Bafana. At AFCON, he has a bronze medal, and somehow he's now forgotten. And we saw his latest post.
But he don't play.
Yeah. Are you still having...
You know, that's just, yeah, what can I say? So there are players who are on the list, but that you can even take in your preliminary list. Maseko don't play in Sundowns, and already for more than a year. Huh? Okay, he got injured and so on, but yeah, it's not because you were once with us that this is a moment to say, okay, now we're with Bafana Bafana, and no. You have to go on performing, and okay, he's not in a situation where he can prove, because the coach don't put him in the team, but yeah.
Hey guys,
just the
last question.
Yes. Talking of our friends from Nigeria, I see they are not giving up. There seems to be an effort coming from different sides now to make the 3 points noise. Psychologically, how do we prepare the team for that issue of that allegedly outstanding 3 points not to affect us?
We don't think about it. We just look at the ranking. That's all. And if there will be a moment that we lose the 3 points, okay, then we lose the 3 points. We can't do anything about that decision. But I always said rules are to be followed. And the rule is, okay, we did something bad, we did something we couldn't do, but there was no complaint. And the rule said, if there is no complaint, there is nothing. And it's not because a third of a fourth team who is indirect involved in that they have to push and to do everything to lose us those 3 points. That has nothing to do with it. It was against Lesotho. And I hope that that FIFA follows the rules and that they don't, how you say it in English, that they can't resist the pressure that Nigeria is trying to put now. Follow the rules, man, and that's it. Okay, it was nothing. It was the Bocho. He couldn't play there because of that, but nobody said something, and they had the opportunity to do it. Nobody did it. So what are you doing? What are you asking now and putting pressure on something? Prove it on the pitch. And for the moment they didn't. And they tried to do it like this. Okay. I understand it. I understand it. Maybe we should do the same. Yeah, we have to be honest. But okay, that's up to them. We focus on the game and we focus on what we have to do on the pitch and not what we have to do outside the pitch.
Right, guys.
Thank you.
Do you still want to